All right, so this is the 2012 National Latin Exam, Level 1. And as always, I'm embedding items so that you can get that easy grade on Canvas. And let's go ahead and get started. Number 1, the dogs corrunt. They not am running, that'd be an I. Not is running, that'd be a he, but rather are running. And of course, it's not an infinitive to run. Number 2, day. Day means down from, about, or concerning. Not circum around, not ex out of, and certainly not sub under, but about. So Cicero wrote scribo scribere scripsi scriptus about philosophy. The senator was shouting cum ira, with anger. Quomodo, how, in what way was he shouting? And so here we need the adverb to describe how it was angrily. And that's your first word right off the bat, quomodo. Put that down for your first answer into the embedded quiz. Surge, arise. Noli sedere, don't sit down. So we're talking directly to somebody, and thus we're giving a command. We need to put their name into the vocative case. Rufus is his name, so you chop off that US and replace it with an E. Rufe is the vocative. The mother of the emperor, short is on the National Latin Exam is going to be genitive singular of the third declension. So the mother of the emperor was good. Was, remember, from the verb sum esse. The present is sum es est, sumus estis sunt. Am, you are, he is, we are, y'all are, they are. But here it is eram, eras, erat, eramus, eratus, erant in the imperfect. So was. And so the mother of the emperor was a good. And so there it is, the emperor's mother. Another way of saying it would be the apostrophe S. Monuit. Do you see the U that is there? Plus the perfect ending E, isti, it. So warned. So the king, rex, regis, a third declension noun they love to use on the NLE. Warned, did warn, has warned. And there's your answer. Not was warning, that would have a BA, and not will warn, that would have a BI. Calpurnia and Portia will be. This is the future of the verb to be. The present, as I just said it a second ago, eram, or I should say the present, sum es, sumus estis sunt. Am, you are, he is, we are, all there, they are. And the imperfect, eram, eras, erat, eramus, eratus, erant, era. I was, you were, he was, we were, y'all were, they were. And the future, ero, eris, erit, erimis, eritis, erunt. I will be, you will be, he will be, we will be, y'all will be, they will be. And so remember that the verb to be is a linking verb. All linking verbs are equal sign. We've got plural, we've got nominative, we've got feminine, and so we need the same on the other side. The future of the verb to be, not on the 2021 exam, but on future exams. Weedy, I saw, templa, and so I saw the temples. There it is. Not in the temple, that's certainly not in the ablative. Not of the temple, it is certainly not in the genitive. And not to the temples, it's certainly not in the dative as well. Here, bo bis bit, bimis bitis bunt, again the future. And so that is the way that you would express it. I will always love you. And so therefore, I will always love you, as you can see it there. So that is your future, ama bo. And the imperfect would be ama bam. Number 10, cur, why? And so there's the answer there. How would be quomodo or quam. When would be quando, and where would be ubi. They are on every single NLE. Make sure you get them. Sine libris, a life without books. Sine means without, and so therefore that is your answer there, is empty. Wakua. Cupio, they love the verb cupio, cupere, I want, I desire, to capture, and that is your infinitive that you see there. Erant, there is the imperfect of the verb to be. Eram, eras, erat, eramus, eratus, erant. The tall trees were in the forests. Number 14, dux ducus is a leader. Miles militus is, of course, a soldier. And here what you have is a ditransitive verb, do, dari, dedidatus. And so militibus could be dative or ablative, but because we have the ditransitive verb, it's going to be that the leader gave, it's in the perfect tense, a signal to the soldiers, and then that's ablative. It's got to be long A, by, with, because of, from, in, on, at a trumpet. So the leader gave to the soldiers a signal with a trumpet. There is your answer there. Remember that for an expression, you could say the teacher gives the candy to the student, but you could also say the teacher gives the student candy. Another way of just saying it in English, quote means how many. So, quote here, how many feet does a horse hold or have? And the answer, of course, is quatuor. By the way, your second word to put into the quiz is errant. Errant is your second word that you're going to be inputting. On to number 16. Numquam. Numquam means never. Ad hoc means still. however, is tamen and often is saipe. Number 17, the wolf walked. It's perfect tense. Do you see the V plus, of course, the est it ending? Sneakily and silently towards, and that preposition meaning towards, to, or at is going to require an accusative object, and so riwum is what you have there. Roman numerals, remember what you have to do is 1, know what each of them represent. L is 50, and you look to see the next letter, and is it bigger than the one previous? No, it's not. I is not bigger than L, so you're going to add 50 plus 1, but then you're going to look and see, is that X bigger than the I? It is, so what you have to do is you then group them together, X minus I, which is 9. So 50 plus 9. And so therefore your answer here is 59. Number 19, what structure in ancient Rome was used for chariot racing? That, of course, was the circus. The circus. The basilica was a courthouse. The curia was the senate house. And the pantheon was a temple to all the gods. When a Roman matron left the house, she would cover headed soldiers with, this is, of course, the glorified shawl that we call the palla. Solia are sandals. Tunica is the undergarment. And bulla is the amulet worn by young boys. Number 21, Pompeii, Herculaneum, Stabii, all destroyed in the eruption of Mount Vesuvius. We learned about that the very first week of school. His bird was the eagle. His tree was the oak. He punished mortals with his lightning bolt. Of course, we are talking about Zeus, Jupiter or Zeus, but here they're giving the Greek names. 23, a Roman merchant would have navigated down the Tiber River in order to set sail from the port of Rome is Ostia at the mouth of the Tiber. Brundisium is a port, but it's way on the other side of Italy, down at the bottom of the boot, and so therefore on the heel. This is the port of Rome itself. Quis erat? Who was the god, Deus Dei, Belli, of war? They love to use the word god and war, and the father of Romulus and of Remus. Remember that when que is on the end of a word, it is as though you were putting an et before it. So Romulus and Remus, and of course the answer here is Mars. He is the god of war. Ad astra, per aspera. This is the motto of Kansas. It means to the stars through hardships. In other words, you will achieve great things if you work hard. And here's the motto, obviously, of Oklahoma, in which labor conquers all. Again, hard work is what it is all about. And so therefore your answer here is C. The English words regal, regent, and regime all come from the Latin word meaning rule. It's what a king does. Rex regis does rego regere. After 20 minutes of playing with his classmates. Oh, by the way, your third item, Mars. Mars is your third item that you'll be putting into the quiz. After 20 minutes of playing with his classmates, the Latin student had to call out, Ubi estis? Where are y'all? Non possumus, or non possum, I am not able to find in venire, chapter 12, y'all. Redite, walk back or come back or go back to me. They are, of course, playing hide and seek. The common abbreviation, PS, is going to stand for not through the forests, not after knowledge, not through the pen, but after having been written or having been written after. So let's read the passage really quickly, and you'll be able to obviously figure out what answers you've gotten right and wrong and why, maybe with the passage having been read. And I'll pick out a word to make the fourth and final item in the quiz. A large woodpecker by the name Pulcher was proud. Superbus means proud. Pulcher means pretty. So he was proud. Sum certe pulcher, I certainly, with that long E, am handsome, proud, or should say, pretty or handsome. He was shouting when he was watching the water and he was seeing his own image. I am able, possum, to do, to make all things. He was cantabating. He was singing while he was flying through the sky. The kailum, it's where we get the word celestial. Celestial bodies are bodies that obviously are like the moon and the stars and the sun in the sky while he was flying. Same word that we had before, wolabat, that you saw right there. They're not going to gloss it again or underline it. The feathers of the bird, awis, we've seen that before. It is a bird. It's where you call a place where you keep birds, an aviary, were falling to the ground. There, men were collecting them, the feathers. He was happy. This is, of course, referring to Pulcher, because many men were desiring, were wanting, cupio cupere, his, or to hold the feathers, beautiful, the pretty feathers, for a long time. He was flying above the men. because he was wanting, kupio kupere, to give, do dare, that is our ditransitive verb, many feathers, and then there's your dative indirect object receiving the feathers to the men. The men love the glory, genitive plural, pinarm mearm of my feathers. Pulcher was cogitating, that means thinking, he was thinking. Olim, once upon a time, as he was flying, suddenly he sensed, he felt, he noticed, sentio sentire, a dolorum magnum, a great pain, an arrow which the man had sent, and remember, we are Homo sapiens, and therefore human, which a human had sent from the earth to the sky. That arrow transfixed, it pierced Pulcher. The sad woodpecker watched or saw the arrow, and he recognized his feathers on it. The life left from the bird. Vita is your life. No longer proud, no longer beautiful. The dead woodpecker, the Picus mortuus, fell from the sky. And so I'm actually going to give you 2 words here that are going to complete your quiz, and so make sure you get both of them down. So we're going to have 5 total items. One is the word kailum. That is number 4, kailum, in line 11. It means sky. It's where we get the word celestial. Another one that you'll need to know that they like to use is vita. So this is number 6. So on this one, or it's actually number 5. So kailum is item number 4, and vita is item number 5. Vita is your life, and that's where we get, of course, your vital signs. And so vitality and all sorts of other words come from it as well. So just to review, remember that number 4 and number 5. Good luck. Keep studying.